Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs, continuing the playthrough of Iron Helm. Last video we did the setup, my character and everything from the trappings deck, so it's now time to delve into the dungeon. But before we do that, I have 2 gold. What you can do before you set off into the dungeon is you can spend that gold to get something from the trappings deck. I'll just move this like that, and as you can see, the cost of things are down here in the bottom left corner. So anything that's a 1 or 2 I can have. So I can have an axe, I can have a shield, I can't have a circlet, I can have a dagger, I can have a door wedge, I cannot have an iron helm, and I cannot have a mace. I can have rations, I can have robes, I can't have a shield, that particular shield. I can have a torch, and I can, well no, I can't have a wooden staff. So what shall I get? It's always worth having a weapon. If you don't have a weapon, you can only attack for 1 point of damage. Whereas if you do have a weapon, you can spend energy to roll a number of dice. And I know there's one character that doesn't even start with a weapon. So is it worth me buying another weapon just in case this weapon breaks? Because if it does, I'll be lucky to get another weapon. I could take the door wedge. Discard to avoid an ambush or a skirmish. But I do have conceal, in which I can roll a die and possibly avoid a skirmish. That's a door wedge. Can't have the Iron Helm, can't have the mace. Extra rations in case I run out of them. Robes, however, I do have leather armour. You can carry as much as you like, as long as you're making sure you don't go over your limit. This one's 8, so I can only carry 8's worth of stuff. You can have them in your inventory, or you can possibly equip them. So you cannot have 2 items on your body, you can only have 1. So I could buy these robes, and then I would have these in my inventory, and before turning over any cards I could swap. So I could swap these robes in and move that to my inventory. So you can carry quite a lot of stuff. Again, remember, don't go over your limit. So axe, shield, dagger, door wedge, additional rations. You may discard this card to reveal both dungeon cards and then choose one to resolve. I think I might take the torch. So that's 1 gold. So pay the 1 gold. So I have 2, 3, 4 worth in weight, and I can carry 8. I can purchase another 1 if I wanted a door wedge, or maybe more rations, but I'm going to keep hold of my last gold. Right, so I have purchased things I want. Hopefully these will help me. It's time to set off into the dungeon. Okay, we're going to set off in the dungeon. I've corrected this. I know it was up here. I've corrected this now. So the way you do this is you're going to take the 2 cards face down, and you're going to choose one to turn over. Let's try this one. Okay, we have a skirmish. So I can choose to interact with this card. If I do, I'm going to take this one and put it in the discard pile face down. So I don't know what this is. However, I can choose not to do this. I would take this, put it face down, and then turn this card over, but I would have to do this card. So the dilemma is, do I want to do this one, or do I want to chance my luck and try this one? And you'll see most of the cards will be in 2 sections. If I wanted to take this card on and it was the first card I turned over, I would do the top section. If for whatever reason this was the first card I turned over and I didn't want to do it and I discarded, and then this was the second card I turned over, I would have to do this card and I would have to do the second part because it's the second card I've turned over. Now the second part is a lot worse than the first part. So here's your dilemma. Do I get rid of this? Because I don't want to do a skirmish. But then if that's a skirmish, I will be doing the second part, which is a lot harder. Could be something good, could be something bad. I am going to skip this skirmish. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put that in the discard pile face down. So whatever this is, I'm going to have to do it. Make it good. Of course, an ambush. Alright, so because it's the second card we've turned over, we're going to be doing the second part, and it says, your foe catches you by surprise, gaining the upper hand. Draw an enemy card, add the dungeon level to their initial damage. So when they attack us, they're going to do extra damage. So first of all, we will draw an enemy card. Let's see what enemy we get. Wow, a consuming mass. Your weapon is lost if you roll more than 2 ones during the attack. Oh, I don't want to be rolling ones. I knew I should have got another weapon. So the health is 7. But it's going to be a bit more than that, as we shall see. This is the damage it does when it hits us. But that's going to be a bit more, as we will see with the ambush card. This is the loot type that we're going to get, and explain that if we manage to defeat this consuming mass. And this icon says that this consuming mass is, how do you put it? Anything with the cold will do more damage. It's afraid of cold, as it were. Each enemy has a special type. Well, most enemies have a special type that they are scared of. And this one is cold. So if I had a weapon that did something for cold damage, I would do extra damage. So let's see how this goes. Right. So we start off with 7 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 health. Let's take a look at this ambush card. It says add the dungeon level plus 4 to their health. Well, the dungeon level is 1, so I'm going to be adding another 5 to their health. Oh wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this consuming mass has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 health. Okay. And it's also going to add the dungeon level to their initial damage. So how do we attack? Well, the enemy is going to attack first. Unless otherwise stated, the enemy is always going to attack us first. What we do is we're going to be rolling 2 dice for the enemy. Let's see what we get. Okay, it's not too bad. What happens then is you're going to take the lowest number from the highest number and then add whatever's left to the enemy's damage. So 5 from 6 leaves 1. I want to put them there. So 1 added to the 3 is 4, but because of this we're going to add the dungeon level, which is 1, so that's 5. So you roll 2 dice, take the lowest from the highest, whatever number's left you add to this base attack here, so that's 3, 4, and because of the ambush it's going to do 5 damage, so we're going to take 5 damage, which brings us down to 7. Wow, 1 hit. So that is the monster's turn. Now it's our turn. I've got a bow. Lovely. Now I should have taken 2 damage before the monster hit us, so I can take 2 damage off the monster. And because we have a weapon, we can now roll dice. Like I said earlier, we don't have to roll dice. You can automatically do 1 point of damage, but what's 1 point of damage going to do? So we can roll dice. However many dice we want to roll, and we can roll up to 3, we must spend energy. So if I wanted to roll 3 dice, I must spend or discard 3 energy. So as you can see, every time you roll dice, you're going to spend energy, which is why if a monster's down to 1 hit point, you may as well just do the 1 point of damage without spending any energy. I am going to spend 3 energy. There we go, to roll 3 dice. And I'm just going to add all the numbers together. Wherever I roll, I'll add all the numbers together. Hopefully I don't roll 2 1s, or I've lost my short bow. Let's not roll 2 1s. Oh my lord. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've done 3 damage. I've done 3 damage. Oh, I've just remembered my leather armour. So I've actually got 1 more point of health back. I've done 3 damage. I don't think I'm going to survive this. And that is going to go there. Because I've rolled 2 1s, I've lost my weapon. And I'm only going to be doing 1 point of damage at a time. And I'm not even going to continue on in this form, because I know I'm going to get hit time and time again, and me doing only 1 point of damage is not going to do anything. So I'm going to backtrack and cheat a bit here. So I'm going to put that back. I'm going to get the 3 damage, put them back on the monster, and I'm going to roll these again as though I never got 2 1s. So I know from that when I roll 2 1s there, and if you lose this, if you lose your weapon, you know, you may as well give up, because you can only do 1 point of damage, and that's not going to do anything to the monsters. They're going to knock you straight down. Oh, hopefully I don't roll 2 1s again. Please. That's a bit better. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have defeated the monster. Oh dear. So yeah, that is a bit of a tough monster to be getting on with at the start. Okay, so we have defeated him without cheating. So we've defeated him. We're going to get loot. If it's a 0, this number here, we're not going to get any loot. If it's a 1, we're going to take a card from the loot deck and we can keep it. If it's a 2, we get a card from the loot deck and the potions deck, which is there, and we can keep that. We're also going to keep this as well. This is going to go over here to say we've defeated it, because we can cash in these enemies for skills. As we get closer, I'll talk about that. So that's going to go there. So it was a 2, so I get a loot and I get a potion. So I can discard this to gain full health. I'm already 8, is it worth me discarding it? And then I can gain additional ration whenever I enter the mushroom grove. And again, weight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put them probably out of view for you guys. I'm going to take this now. So this is discarded. And I'm going to go back up to 12. This ambush card, face down, goes there. And then we are on to the next one. Again, 2 cards. We choose one. Let's go with this one this time. Oh, treasure. because it's the first card we've turned over, we can gain 1 gold. Or we can discard this and go for this one. Who knows what that one is, but I think I'm going to go for treasure. So I'm going to gain 1 gold. So then this one is discarded as well, and then we carry on with these two. Let's go with this one. Ooh, we're at the campsite. So we have choices. Spend a ration to gain 3 energy, or gain a ration, or spend a ration to gain 2 health and lose 1 poison. Well, we don't need any more health and we don't have poison, so we don't need to rest. I can gain a ration. I have 1 ration. Or I can spend that ration and gain more energy back. I think I am going to gain a ration, because you definitely need them at the end of each level. So let's go there. That's a ration. Just the one. Just the one. That goes there. And then you carry on. Let's go with this one. A skirmish. Do we go for the skirmish? Because we know what happened last time. I'm going to skip the skirmish, I think, so that's going to go there. And we're going to get the altar. So we can gain a blessing, or we can get rid of poison. I'm going to gain a blessing, which is one of these. These blessing tokens, and that's going to go in the discard pile. These blessing tokens can be used for 2 things. You keep it face down until the very end of the game, when you're up against the boss, and then you turn it over and see what you get. Or at any time through the game, as far as I know, you can discard a blessing token, still face down, to re-roll any dice. So I've got a blessing token, which, if I move that, I'm going to put there. So then we continue on through the dungeon, and we will flip this one. We have the merchant. So if we decided to take this merchant, we're on level 1. We can draw 1 loot and 1 potion, but we have to buy them. We don't automatically get them. We will have to buy it. But we can sell things, but you only get 1 gold for what you sell. I'm going to take the merchant. So this card goes there, and it says level 1, 1 loot and 1 potion. I have 2 gold. So here's our choices we can buy. So this one, lose 1 less ration when lost in the labyrinth. We haven't come up against a labyrinth yet, but this one would have been ideal. You may discard this card to deal 2d6 damage, and if it was against an enemy that's weak against ice, we could add an extra 5 damage. So that would have been ideal to go up against this, but we didn't have it. So I think it might be worth buying. I'm going to buy. I'm going to discard this one. I'm going to purchase this from the merchant. Thank you very much, sir. Hopefully that'll come in handy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put that there. You won't see that, but that's down there. And the merchant then goes away, and then we do the next 2 cards, and we shall flip this one, the labyrinth. Do we want to tackle a labyrinth, which is this, because it's the first card we turned over? Or shall we skip that? I don't really want to lose rations. So I'm going to skip that one and then go with this one, which is a skirmish. So let's see if my conceal skill can work. So I'm going to roll a die. Let's see. We get a 4. So we failed to conceal ourselves. Thankfully nothing else happens. And we're going to go on this bottom part, this skirmish. You are taken off card and stumble for your weapon. Okay, so draw an enemy card. And we have a zombie. So zombies do not inflict initial damage, so we are going to go first. We can draw a loot card. And this is, I think it's undead, anything it's weak against undead stuff. So it's going to have 2 damage. I should say 2 health. Draw. So we have draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +4 to the health. So dungeon level is 1 and then +4 to the health. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 health. So we are going to attack first. We can deal 2 before taking initial damage. But this says zombies do not inflict initial damage. So can I do this? Or is it only when they inflict initial damage? I'm going to say I cannot do this. Because it's not doing initial damage. So I'm just going to do a straightforward. How many did it have? 2, 4, 6, 7. So I'm going to spend 2 energy to roll 2 dice and see if I can hit. Let's have a look. That was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's still alive. So now it is the zombie's turn. And they're going to roll, take the lowest from the highest. And that's how much damage they do. So 5 from 6 is 1. They've got no initial damage, so we don't add anything. They're going to do 1 damage. It's our turn. They've only got 1 health left. So I'm not going to use my weapons. I'm going to use my bare fists. Doesn't cost me energy. Don't need to roll the dice. I automatically do 1 damage. 1 damage. He is dead. And we get just a loot card. Let's have a look. A warhammer. Can we hold the warhammer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, we can't. So I'm going to discard this, and that's going to go there. I don't want that loot. Skirmish is going to go there. We've defeated the zombie and go in our pile. And then we do another 2 cards. Let's go with this one. It's an ambush. I do not want to take the ambush. Hopefully this isn't an ambush. It's a skirmish. I might try my conceal skill again. I don't know. Can you use these constantly, or is it just a one time? I'm not sure. But I'm going to try and use it again. Let's see what we get. We get a 5. So I avoid the combat. So this is going to go there. This is going to go there. And we're down to the end of the level. 2 cards. Let's flip arrow trap. I don't want to get poisoned. So I'm going to skip this one. Hopefully this will be something good. It's a clearing. And we're going to be drawing a plot card, and it's plot cards that we need. And these are these. And then we're going to take a look. And it says, you hear a moaning sound from the shadows and discover a lost old woman. She is frail and mutters on about losing something in the darkness. Help her escape the dungeon. You spend a good deal of time working your way back out of the dungeon with the woman. Soon you are at the entrance and she turns to you and blesses you before leaving. I can lose 1 ration and gain an energy, and also gain a blessing token and move 1 up on the morality track. Or I could ignore her and just let her get on with it. I'll move 1 down on the morality track and I'll gain a treasure card. Lose a ration and gain 1 energy, and also gain a blessing token. Shall I attempt that because I have 2? Or shall I leave her and just move down 1 on the morality track and gain a treasure? I think I'll lose a ration. Yeah, I'm going to lose a ration. Gain an energy because you need these to roll dice. And gain another blessing token, which will help me towards the boss at the end. You'll also notice down here we have these eyeball tokens, these eyeball icons I should say. We need to get 10 eyeballs worth of plot cards. As soon as we do that, we'll be facing against the boss. So I've got 2 already. You keep these with you. That's going to go there, down there. You can't see that, but that's down there. We've managed to make our way through the first level of the dungeon. Something's going to happen now is we shuffle these. Like so. Make sure these are thoroughly mixed up. Like that. We're going to move 1 up. In our level. So we're on level 2. And at the end of every level you also draw a plot card. So I've got 2 plot cards. The shrine. In the clearing you find a towering shrine covered in vegetation. You are overwhelmed by a sense of power, just as a gentle breeze rushes past you. Gain a blessing token, or gain blessing tokens equal to the position on the morality track. Well, I'm at position 0, so I'm not going to get any. However, I've now got 3, 5 towards the boss. So those are going to go there. So that is a level 1 over and done with. And I didn't cheat 1 bit. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So join me in the next video, guys, when I will be doing level 2. And if I do die, I will definitely not cheat. I'll definitely carry on. Because I just wanted to show you how the game worked rather than being killed within the first 2 minutes. So join me in the next video, guys, when I will be going through level 2 of the Dungeon of Iron Helm. Catch you guys later.